everyone, my name is Pagsley and we're back again with a little talk and some few questions. And today's topic is Westworld and violence against women. So these days, or the last days, I saw the first episode of the new series Westworld, which is basically a remake in serious form of an old film, which was kind of a science fiction flick, or however you will call it. So, short overcap over the story. It's about an amusement park with the setting of the Wild West in the US, which is populated by some kind of androids, and where ordinary people can go in and enjoy their fantasies. So as you may imagine, the Wild West was a very violent time. There was a lot of shit going on, today as well is a little bit shit going on. But I saw the first episode yesterday, I think, and then I googled a little bit. I was intrigued to see how or where the series is going. It seems very interesting, the plot seems intrigued, and actors, there are very, very good actors on the series. And I came up with some articles on German newspapers and American newspapers condemning the violence shown in this first episode of the series against women. As far as I can recollect, there is one woman getting shot and one woman getting raped. And I have a little bit issue with that if people complain about violence against women in movies. Don't get me wrong. I think every normal, decent human being is not for violence against women, except maybe the occasional little spanking in the bedroom. But I think we should not try to censor films, series or other medias that they should not depict certain kinds of violence. If you look at the first episode of this series, there are a lot of men getting killed, some in a brutally way, and nobody's complaining about that. So I don't want to make this a gender issue. I just think about it should really not be censored. And of course, if you don't like the violence in certain videos or films, you don't have to watch it. There are a lot of movies out there where I think the violence is completely gross and unnecessary, like all of the Saw movies. I'm completely not into the depicting of, like I call, unnecessary violence. If there's violence shown and it's part of the plot or part of the setting, or it brings further the story, then I'm okay with it. If it's violence just shown to see how in a perverted way you can dismember a body, like in the guinea pig films, then I'm not really into it. But that's my personal opinion, and that's what I'm asking. Why should we complain about violent movies? I don't see the point in that. So I would really like to hear your opinion about this. If you like, leave me something in the comments. I would really like to start a discussion about this, because there were so many topics about this in general. If you maybe watched Game of Thrones, there was a huge outcry in the scene where Sansa gets raped by Ramsay. And of course it's not amusing to see someone raped, but if it furthers the plot, why not? And of course it's different from what's happening in the real world. Just because I enjoy watching a series where women maybe get hurt, shot or raped, that doesn't necessarily mean that I approve of this behavior. I just enjoy the fantasy of the series if it's part of a plot that's meaningful. So I would really be glad to hear your thoughts about this, or maybe if you have some questions. I have a lot of questions about this. So hit me up in the comments. If you'd like to hear another talk with some questions again, be sure to subscribe and have a nice day. Bye bye.